My name is Dr. Victor Ngani. I am the founding chairman of the Kenya Medical Practitioners, Pharmacists and Dentists Union. That's a doctors' union. Now, we all have our roots. And mine lie in a very tiny village called Kichuri village, somewhere in the middle of nowhere, literally. And there's a small school in that area called Minyenya School that epitomizes the quality of life in my region. There have been many years of underfunding that has affected education, that has affected healthcare, that has affected general industry in the region. Now, the opportunities I've had in life are not to be taken for granted. And many people in my village may have potential, but that potential remains unrealized because they've not had the same kinds of opportunities. And to begin to make a small difference, my friends and I have agreed to chart a new path, and we'll begin by holding a major funds drive to try and raise 10 million shillings on the 5th of April 2015. This would probably help us build set up a lot of infrastructure within the school. But not just that, we want to have practical steps that would improve the livelihoods of the children and the youth in the region. How will you do this? The first thing is that you realized computer skills are basically non-existent, and a lot of people have not had access to computers, and even after finishing school, they're at a distinct disadvantage. They've never touched a computer. So what you want to do is to put up a computer school for all the youths in the region, centralized at the Minyenya school. And what we hope this will do is that in 6 months, that disadvantage will be eroded, and they will have a bit of a competitive advantage. The second thing you want to do is that you want to expose the youth to sports, and because of lack of economic activities, lack of focus, we are beginning to see a lot of children participating in drugs. But if you give them a different alternative, sports to be specific, then maybe there's a small chance that they could develop into something, they could engage in something a bit more productive. We hope that we'll see the next Dennis Oliech, the next Magnus Carlsen coming out of Minyenya. And to make this happen, we want to set up, to support the existing football club, bring in 10 footballs, bring in 10 new basketballs, and start a basketball club that does not exist at this moment, and bring in 10 chess sets and start a chess club at Minyenya Club. Now, for the small children, I have a 4-year-old girl who's absolutely lovely, and she's able to read before, she was surprising me reading 2-letter words and writing them very, very well at 4 years old. She speaks English fluently. That kind of advantage does not exist in our rural setting, and we want to try and ensure that early childhood development in that region is up to standard. And to make this happen, we will be investing in a kindergarten, an early childhood development class in Minyenya School that will ensure that when those children graduate from kindergarten, they're able to read, write, and speak English, and hopefully that will give them the right foundation going forward into education. Now, we have other areas of focus, and we intend to put at least one vehicle that will act as a driving school for those children, for those people who finish school, so that wherever they go, whatever their capacity in life, they have that extra bonus point, that competitive advantage in being able to drive. Now, we'll also be making further investments in healthcare. There is one small dispensary called Minyenya Dispensary. On a good day, they may have a qualified nurse, but many times the community health workers, a lot of things are still missing in that facility, and over time we'll make these kinds of investments. We'll also be targeting agriculture over time to ensure that the correct practices are being implemented in the farms to increase productivity and ensure that people have economic empowerment. We'll do all these things by the grace of God. Why am I making this video? This is an appeal directed specifically to the doctors of this country and also fellow health workers, because to start us off, we need financial support. And my appeal is that the doctors of Kenya would enable us to buy the computers and the sports equipment that we are seeking, and the total cost is going to be about 260,000. So kindly, if you're watching this video, consider making a donation. The M-Pesa number and the paybill number are attached to the link on this video, and that would actually go a very long way in making a big difference. I'm actually hoping that through these steps we'll begin what will be called the miracle in Minyenya, which will then be exemplified in many other areas, and hopefully we can make a difference in other people's lives. So please consider supporting us. Please consider donating. The fundraiser on the 5th of April. You are also at liberty to make direct contribution towards this. And what I will do is that for every contribution we receive, I will list it here publicly so that for accountability purposes, and also acknowledge it during our funds drive on 5th April. Thank you very much. God bless you, and looking forward to your support.